Hey there, everyone. I hope you are all doing good. Today, I'm here to talk to you about Trace from Divkid and Vostok Instruments. To make it simple, Trace is this part of the Atlas module in a dedicated module of 4 HP. It is a 4-input scanner. You can plug whatever you want, audio or CV, into those 4 inputs and scan between the 4 with either the slider or CV with an attenuator and inverter, which is pretty cool. So let's start with the obvious patch you want to do with it. I'm pretty sure Divkid would have done the same to start with, but whatever. I'm going to plug the 4 oscillator of Sena, the 4 input, and go straight to the output into a VCA. So I have this little arpeggio going. At the first input, I have the sine wave. If I move this, I'm going to silence. Which means, by the way, that you could use this as a VCA. With probably a weird curve to it, but whatever. It is possible, if what you need is just another VCA. Back to the main operation. Input 1. Sine wave with a little bit of fold. Input 2, triangle. I can start to hear the triangle and the first input, which is the sine wave, at the same time. To finish the patch, let's patch the saw and square waves to the 2 other outputs. Add a lot of delay. So you could have done quite of the same thing, but sacrificing all the 4 filters of the Atlas, while now what you can do is actually having just this scanning operation for your oscillators and plug them all to only 1 filter. Deserve its own modulation. Okay, this is pretty cool. So one of the other things that this module can solve in the Vostok system, but that can be a problem solver for many things, and one of which is variable length envelope. Because the Fuji here is 6 dedicated attack or decay envelope, or just attack decay, depending on the switch here. Whatever. What I mean is that you can't modulate the length of these envelopes. But what you can do is plug 4 different lengths to trace and modulate it, which is what I am going to do right now. Here we go. We have the square wave going to one low-pass filter and 4 envelopes of different length, all going to trace, and then going to control both the frequency and volume at the VCA. Simple patch, but quite fun results. Let's loop an envelope from Fuji. And control the scanning with it. One thing that I like is that you can do it in a non-linear fashion, meaning that you don't just have to make things go longer and longer. There can be some in-betweens. Be fun to control with the sequencer as well. Here's some little clicks due to the sequencer, but whatever. Problem is the switching between different levels of offset. I called up my flying mat to get rid of the clicks. Using the output of trace input to a slew limiter, whatever it is, math or anything else, without slewing. So just try to, if you have this kind of problem, which I think might happen with any kind of slow voltages at the input and step voltages at the control, you can get rid of the clicks with any slew limiter. Okay, so now what I want to do is to control my VCO with the sequencer here, the Buchla sequencer. This is a cool sequence. And what I could do with trace is actually to use the 4 channels of sequencing, patch them here, and be able to scan between them. Simply notice a little voltage drop, but I mean, you have to tune your stuff after any processing. That's the rule. If you happen to have a quantizer, this will be great because it will just help you to have quite a few different melodies just at your fingertips. And then be able to modulate all this. Okay, I knew someone would blame me for not doing the quantizer thing, so here you go. That's quite a few melodies available inside just one fader twist. One of the other funny things that I thought about doing was to plug nothing to 1 and then a few offsets to 2 and 3 and then another modulation source to 4 and send that to whatever destination. And so by traveling through the scanner, you get to different modulation offset thing. And as the scanner is smooth, it will basically create some sort of for the lack of a better word, a nonlinear offset or macro control machine. The audio rate modulation is the sine wave here. And what I've done is that I've mapped the aftertouch of the keyboard to control that. What's quite fun is that it makes it possible to travel between a high value and a low value and then something else, rather than just going up all the time. Delay again. Could be anything. Let's try with white noise. In fact, there's the attenuator. The attenuator on board lets you really dial in where you want to stop. Also, you could decide suddenly to just change your mind and reverse everything. So starting with noise. And then go through the 2 other values and then to nothing. Just at the flip of this little switch over there, which is very handy. Especially if you're using some kind of pressure or aftertouch or whatever expressive control that you can directly interact with while playing, this can just give you another set of sound to just reverse things like this. Last patch, sorry for my voice, my nose is blocked. Still, I wanted to show you this one. I needed a breakbeat patch, of course, in this trace video, so here we go. I have amplified a breakbeat from my Tracker Plus. It's in 1. Then in 2, it is multed to the Atlas. And I'm taking the scan output. So I have a second scanner available that will scan between the 4 filters, which is one of my favorite things to do with the Atlas. Maybe we can modulate that. I have a looping Fuji to modulate this, which gives it a very phasey flavor. So I have the clean one. Give a bit of gain to the filtered version. Then, this filtered version is also multed to the Night Rider. in car plus strong mode. And then to the nonlinear memory machine. That's getting as well a slow modulation from one of the Fuji looping channel to get that flangery effect. Which give you a very nice morphing effect fader. Simple yet very efficient. For good measure, I'll just throw in a little 808 sequence in there just to check how it sounds. That's it. Many thanks to Vostok Instruments and Divkid to have sent this module for me to demo. I love the way it looks and I love the way it is very easy to interact with this little fader in this position. It makes it very playable. Well done, guys. So go have a look at my Patreon if you want to grab some samples out of this session, some jams, and if you might maybe want some teaching as well. That's a place that you should consider. Check it out. You can buy some stuff here from the affiliate links below, and I will get a little cut no matter what you buy once you've clicked on them. So it's a good way to support the channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.